This is what happens when you do cable management. Hello. Welcome to the first Gondor Has No Druids of 2020. How you doing, Martina? Schnorblom. Sam Burke, Dragon Rider, Gwen Rendes, Marielle Elizabeth. Hello. Even the cat didn't want to come hang out with me. Oh my god. You left so much cat hair on my desk. Seriously, he did. Hi. Arden Esoteric, Ethelod. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay and not doing what I did the other day, which is cause an internet mob. I didn't actually cause it. I just replied to somebody's tweet and they were wrong. And then somebody else that I know who has a following quote tweeted him. And then had a cattail growing out of my head for a moment. Yeah, that happened. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. For those who weren't here, I had a pretty good Christmas because I was here. I was streaming all afternoon, giving away cool stuff. Master Vethlo, it's good to see you. So let's, since we didn't have a Court of the Rings, and I don't guest host during that time slot anymore, let's do the promotion of all the cool things going on here right now. While I clean off my wrist pad here. So let me go take a look and see what is going on in the world of Lord of the Rings Online. Firstly, we did not yet. I don't think we're actually going to get a beacon this week. Because as you know, we didn't have a Court of the Rings. So as far as I know, Cord hasn't been. I haven't talked to him since Christmas Day. I actually haven't talked. I just texted him, said Merry Christmas, whatever. So I haven't really talked to him since like the 19th of December, because guess what? Surprisingly, game devs, including community managers, are allowed to have holidays. True story. Anyway, so we're going to go over the stuff just because it didn't get mentioned in the Court of the Rings, so we're going to mention it today. Hobbit gift seasonal rewards available through the end of the Yuletide Festival. Both the end of the Hobbit gifts and the Yuletide Festival, they go through January 8th, which is next Wednesday. So I would basically, typically they say go through, and it actually ends that night at 3 a.m. the following day, but let's assume, whatever Cord normally does with that, right? So January 8th is the end of the fancy Hobbit presents, which I keep getting all the good stuff on servers I don't play, and in the region I don't play, but it's like, what do you show open to presents? Because I might come back and play later. You never know. So why are we doing Yule Festival? Here's why we're going to do we're not actually going to do Yule Festival. If you can see my quest log over there, you can see that everything says talk to so-and-so to turn in a quest. Because I've already gone through all the quests, I just haven't turned them in, and here's why. Let me show you the cool reason why I haven't done that yet. Look at that. Look at that. Right here, under the Lotro store icon, you see that tiny, tiny sliver, right? Let's do the tooltip. I need 152,141 XP for level 130. So the very first quest I complete is very likely to ding level cap for the first time on any of my alts here in Minas Moaaaargul. This is actually my highest level character. I think my next highest is my Guardian at 128. It was really cool that we had that lengthy VIP bonus weekend going on because I abused the hell out of that. I'm not going to even lie. So let me turn my overlay back on. Boop. There we go. I'm considering changing that logo to something else. I mean, I like the logo because that's actually in my handwriting. I drew that on my old graphics tablet. But I kind of thinking of getting one of those gamer logos that kind of look like it was designed for a sports jersey or something. Anyway. What else we got going on this week? The weekly bonus, or I'm sorry, the weekly coupon gets you a free regeneration food with the code HANGRY. Red Panda, you're my favorite for that because that's a dumb name and I love it. It's like I've had fun. So HANGRY will get you some free food. Ding! Look at that. So that's nice. This week's weekly sale is the Forge Your Own Ring set. So it's 20% off crafting guild access, ingredient packs, crafting accelerators, rapid craft, crafting tiers, and recipe books. Again, now through the 9th. So those are the big deals for Lotro right now. The December deals are done. No 75% off anything. Though I will tell you, I spent a lot. Not a lot. Cat hair. Dingo. Cat hair. I spent a reasonable number of Lotro points on the stat tome bundles, which I was actually a little bit surprised on how that worked out. Is the stat tome bundles, the price and the tomes that you got when you buy the 1 through 5 bundle, it would alter based on whether you already had any of those. So if you already had 1 and 2, but you needed 3, 4, and 5, it would decrease the cost, but give you just 3, 4, and 5. So you didn't have to, you're not wasting anything. I actually thought that was really clever. However, you may have noticed I posted on the forums a commentary on the carry-alls that were available until yesterday. The ones that were, what was it, 10 slots, 25 slots, 50 slots for Lotro points. I was originally going to get one because I got the 2 that came with buying the ultimate version of Minas Moaaaargul. And I'm like, no. And the main reason why I said no is because I can buy a substantially larger bag over on DDO for a substantially lesser amount of money. So I don't care about the... Well, I kind of care because I want the studio to succeed. Obviously, hello, I'm on their official... Well, I'm on the official stream team, even though I'm not on the actual channel right now. But I also have to not be a 100% shill. I have to use this thing right here and say, you know what? This is not good. So one of the things, I did a post on the forums, did a screenshot from DDO to say, hey guys, this is what they get. Why don't we get something like this? And, I made the case for it. But I don't think they're going to change it. Simply because it would take too much of a pain. There's too much of a pain point of them taking that, to take all of, that system and rip it out and do it all over again and make it more reasonable. Because to be fair to the early adopters, they'd have to give the early adopters the same exact things that they would give later adopters. Because otherwise people complain. And rightfully so. Because this is not like, buying a car 2 years later and the new car has more features. It's apples and oranges. And it very, very well be that the itemization, the monetization of bags in Lotro and DDO are apples and oranges, because we don't see the big picture. We don't know all the inside baseball. All I know is there's bags here and there's bags over here, and they're not the same. They should be at least in the same ballpark, in my opinion. In my humble, in my not so humble opinion. So you kind of have to think and see what's going on there. So all kinds of fun. And we've got our good friend Sapiens, former Lotro community manager, in my chat. Hi Rick, how you doing? How's Anita? Hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, Ethelod, I honestly feel really bad about that storm, because I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted to teach somebody something. Oh wow. Anyway, I actually have a stash of high stat tomes over on other servers, Sam, over on Landreval, and so it's like, give me my shared storage transfers back. Thank you very much. But that's something else that we're Rick is number one. I have to catch up on chat. have to scroll forward again. Exactly, Martina. But, Anita's working. 2-day work weeks. Oh, no. I see what you did there. However, speaking of work weeks, and this is something somebody replied to my post and said, you know, good luck on the job hunt. Well, I actually don't have a job hunt for the next 2 months. On Tuesday, no, on Monday, I went in for what was going to be my penultimate day at work and yelled at my supervisor because office politics had been going on and I wasn't having it anymore. Especially since I found out that the reason some people there were some people who were not offering an extension and some people who were, and it wasn't seniority. Which we originally told it was going to be seniority, and then it wasn't, because the person who got hired the same day I did started this first same day she was kept on and I wasn't. It was who you know. However, he offered me extension on another team. The good thing is I have a job for the next 2 months, and because benefits start at the start of the year, I get benefits, yay! Because I really need to get these things checked. Ooh, you just met Roaming Star. Ooh, I can't wait till we get Grifflet there. Sometime later this year, maybe. So the downside comes into the form of another announcement. I will be going to days at work. I will have to be at work at 5 in the morning on Monday. But it's actually really cool. I wound up getting almost a 5-day weekend because he gave me New Year's Day off. And then he told me, come back on Thursday at your normal time at 2. And when I got there, he said, hey, your badge worked. I'm like, yep. I was apparently the only person whose badge actually worked. I don't know. Maybe that's what you get when you have to have somebody added back to your list of employees, I guess. I don't know. But I'll be on somebody else's team doing other work for the company. But the good news is I get benefits. I get 2 more months of work. I'm really going to hate being at work at 5 in the morning. But what that does mean is I'll be going to Monday to Fridays, I believe. I will know more about it next week. But for the moment, assume that next week's show might be delayed. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear him, but he is howling up a storm. So while we're all discussing this, by the way, consider the festival quests. I want chat to vote on which quest I should turn in to Ding. I have the only festival quest I haven't done is the snowball fight. Everything else is ready to go. So supposedly I'll be working from like 5 to 1 or 5 to 2, which on a Friday I should still be able to get home and get set up to start a show by 3 o'clock, but I won't be ready to go exactly when Professor gets done, so. That's your hours, but your GMT -8. Yeah. So, I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna work because guess what? It's work. And one thing that's really cool about the new gig, the new version of the gig that I'll be doing is I will not be on the phone at all. I don't have to take phone calls from anybody. Okay, we've got 1 vote for the eating contest. What other quests do we have? We could turn in the quest for kicking the workers out. We could turn in the quest about cheering the snow beasts. We could turn in... 2 tunes have gotten the fire breath emote from them. I think this tune has the fire breath emote. I do. There we go. It's nice that you can get errands and spend the weekend game. You know what, Starblum? I get the weekend off. I haven't had weekends off since October. So... Fire Breath mode is really good when you go visit TD. TD actually is going to be doing a special concert Sunday night I have been invited, but TD has already given me my present that she was going to premiere during that episode or during that session. Oh, speaking of musical events, I will try my best to be there for as much as possible, but I won't necessarily. I don't believe I'll be able to stream much of it. But starting on the 17th and running through the 20th, Winter Stock, hosted by the Lonely Mountain Band, will be happening on Langerval. And promises to be a hell of a lot of fun. You've only gotten the fire breath emotes on band characters. Well, Sam, if you did the Snow Beast thing, then you'd get the fire breath emote eventually. That's how I got on this character. So that's the current news. So Friday's show, a week from now, and going forward until the end of February, will either be delayed. If it becomes a problem, I'll just switch it to Saturday, because I believe I'll be off on Saturdays. Unless they let me work either Saturday or Sunday, and then simply, have Fridays off as usual. I'll find out on Monday how it's all going to work out. So we'll see. All right. So we've got a vote for the eating contest. We have got a vote for the Snow Beasts. Anybody else would like to tender a vote? I mean, I've got the theater. I've got both the Empty Keg Festival, the Empty Keg, and those 4 quests right there. We've got the setting off the fireworks quest. Stuffing the stuffed. Oh, man. Speaking of stuffing your face, I have ham bone and some ham gravy and some brown sugar spice left over from Christmas that I had in the freezer since Christmas. I'm gonna have that for supper. A little bit of ham soup. Well, we need at least one person to vote for something. Theater and the open-handed. See, y'all are... Part of the problem is that we got too many choices here. Yeah, everybody has voted for... I only need one quest. I believe. One quest. One ping only, Vasily. By the way, Vasily was played by Mr. Sam Neill, which I like to make a funny about how he's my most famous Twitter follower. He's a nice guy. Wow. Honestly. My notifications have been going insane. Do we have a Waja? Hi, Ardent Esoteric. I love that. And Roger, whoever quest is, you should get rid of sticking it to the man. Snowball fight. You know, we could do a snowball fight. Everybody, do you have characters on Crick Hollow? I'm willing to do the snowball fight just for grins. I think that should be fun. Wayward Plane. I know you've got a character on Crick Hollow. Everybody who's got a character on Crick Hollow who's out of the starting instance, they can get your butts to Frost Bluff. Come on over. Let's have a snowball fight. Do you want to have a snowball fight? Should be there in a minute. Let's do it. Let's do it. Snowball fight. You do not? What? Oh, you're on Landy? Starblum's at work. Well, you should do what I do at work, Starblum, is I have an app on my phone that lets me remote into my gaming rig, and I just log in from work. It's not a very good way to log in, but... I mainly use it to log in to DDO and do my daily dice. You'd make one now, beat up for... Wayward, you should go to bed. Go to sleep. Let the tiny monster sit on you and meow. And knead her paws. Okay, I don't see him. He's not making noise. I'm very afraid. Sapiens, also known as not working. Sapiens, shut up. Jinjar is gonna show up. Awesome. Tried that, didn't work. And making good projects on your Actually, speaking of projects, one of the things I was looking forward to, I was actually kind of looking forward to getting laid off so I'd have more time to get back into press stuff, because I want to get into press stuff again, because I honestly have not been doing much of it since, you know, the job hunt started way back in spring. However, PAX East is coming up at the very tail end of February, and it hasn't been announced yet. I'm sure it will when it happens. But assuming things go halfway decently, Cordovan is probably... I'm not speaking for him. I mean, he might just say I'm wrong again. Wouldn't be the first time on stream. But the current assumption is that unless something happens, World War III, we should expect there to be a player meetup at PAX East on the 28th of February. Probably like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening at Wagamama, most likely, because that's where we've been the past couple of years. You don't need a badge to PAX East to attend the event. I mean, you need one to go to PAX, but, you know, if you're in the Boston area or can reasonably feel like getting there, come hang out with all of us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Ponton Finberry, come on. Ponton, get your butt online. We're on Crick Hollow. Come play with the snowball. Come play with the snowball fight. Come on. You're my resident stream bomber, so you gotta come in. Uh-oh. Wayward Plains gotta pick my brains. You know what this is? A brain eater going hungry. Hi. What did you do? Fifi, what did you do? So anyway, one of the things I wound up doing over the Christmas break, I didn't get a break per se, but Christmas break, is I saw an ad on Facebook, which was my first mistake. However, instead of clicking on the ad, because I don't like to give them analytics, because I'm that person, I went to the site directly, Popular Science, went to their shop and ordered me up 3 bundles of learn to design, do graphic design, learn to code, and learn to make video games kind of things. And they're really basic, but they all had lifetime access, and there's like almost $5,000 worth of online lessons and whatnot. And it's like, if you beat the average, then you get this entire amount of stuff. And it was like, okay, I'm gonna jump on that, and it was all told $45. Where is Cord? Well, you're about 3 hours late for Cord, even if he was here. But he's not. So, he doesn't show up on my show. However, I have a cat. Listen to this butthead. Listen to him. Hey, it's Persimmon! Okay, so we got one person here. Oh, he smells like cat food. I know what he was doing when he was being quiet upstairs. He was eating. I am also not Cord's keeper. That is true. He's got somebody to do that for him, and it ain't me. Not it. I'm not even Corey's keeper. I just manage his Twitch channel for him. Hi. Alright, we need some more people. Alright. Another round of battle will begin. Okay. I think we're waiting on Ginger to arrive. There's Ginger! Yay! Hey, it's me again. Is anybody on Crick Hollow who needs a lair invite? Send Phoenix a tell, and I will follow up with you so you can then switch over to join my layer, and then we can have fun. No quest ring. It'll pop up here in just a few moments. So, yesterday, we learned a lesson about gatekeeping on the internet. Don't do it. And the sad reality is the original tweet got ratioed so much. And I feel really bad about it because here's how it happened. Is somebody posted a gatekeeping post about Star Wars. And they've currently got slammed with 7,077.4 thousand replies because the internet went ham on the poor guy. Had 1,600 likes and 205 retweets. My response, which was the first response to him, was about let's not gatekeep because gatekeeping bad. You know, if you like something, you like something, and there's nothing anybody else is going to be able to do about that anyway. So if you like it, whatever. My response has gotten retweeted 25 times and has 1.5 K likes on it. But somebody who's one of my followers who saw that backtracked to the original tweet. She quote tweeted it and made her own comment about how gatekeeping bad. And she's part of another community that has been known to be just as fractious as the Star Wars fandom. And they went ham on the guy. And then it got into the anime community. And then it got all over. Until you're seeing people from Lucasfilm commenting on it. I felt so bad because I didn't want to start this firestorm. And I'm still getting likes to my tweet. And I was like, well, you should just mute the conversation. I was like, I really should. Sapiens told me to do it, but I don't always listen to Sapiens. Though, I generally listen to Sapiens far later than I should. Get off of there. Oh, man. Thief, get off of there. Get off of the desk. Oh, man, if he shuts my computer off, I am going to hurt him. But actually, the button on the gaming rig is covered by one of those little rubber things that you put your what is it? The DS Lite, 3DS game cartridges in. Hey, we got a quest ring. I'm going to play easy mode because I'm a dork. And do the daily. So, snowballs! We're gonna snowball fight. Come on. Let's do this. We got a couple in here. Got Jinjar, we got Dragon Rider. You're all gonna be welcome to hit me, and I'm gonna try to hit you as best I can, because I want to actually succeed in the quest, because that would be embarrassing. You failed the quest! You took easy because it's all you can do. Fair. I mean, it's a lot easier. Well, it's both easier and harder to complete the higher level ones when there's more people in there because everybody's competing for the snowball piles. Oh, we got somebody else here. That might be somebody else I don't know. So take the quest. I see you, Jinjar, way up there, and I see Persimmon. I think when the Department of Homeland Security does this, they just have, like, I think Taffy or Zanelle just parks themselves on one of the snowmen and just stands there and lets people hit her. You already got the deed for the heart? Nice. I would actually want the eternal snowball emote. I have it over on my former Court of the Rings stream character, but actually I think I have it on both of them. The old Guardian I used to run with Cord until I got tired of him tanking as a minstrel. And then I switched over to a hunter because I thought that'd be more useful. And then, you know, stopped doing that too. And now he's on a champion who doesn't need any help. Well, we all need help, but, you know. But you know how it goes. Alright, let's get some snowballs. Do you want to build a snowball? And of course... Oh, wow. Yeah, it's always good to actually remember to hotkey your snowballs. And yes, I do need to do inventory management on my account. And yes, I did waste some mithril coin to make sure I got the pet pig. Because I'm a terrible person. So got 5, 5, 5, 5. Isengard bids 5. Which is, like, the best meme ever. Honestly. This is why Isengard bids 5. Because these are not ElfQuest elves that have been corrupted. Whoa, I already have 12. So, first. Hey, hey, hey! Stop that. Steve Kitty, behave yourself. I'm gonna get you, Ginger! And I try to be an equal opportunity person in this. I don't like to pick on one person unless it's Cord. Can you get them with Mithril? Yeah, you can buy Hobbit presents with Mithril. Well, no, you can't buy them straight with Mithril. What you do is you use Mithril to re-roll in the Hobbit present interface. It is a slot machine. It is a form of gambling, so buyer beware. Don't do anything stupid. And I know some folks are upset or concerned about how it is a slot machine, that it is gambling. So I would say if you're an adult... There we go! Ding! Oh, Persimmon dinged! And Ginger dinged as well. Wait, we all dinged? Are you kidding me? Wait, honestly? You two dinged as well? Well, you're 24 and you're 89. That was so cool. Take it easy, Master Vethlo. It was great to have you here, even for a little while. 3 out of 4 dinged. That was so cool. Alright, let's turn in the daily. And now I get to turn in all the other quests. And the main reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to get the festival tokens so I can get one last... I'm going to actually ride my war steed. The very first war steed I've ever had. And of course, as soon as I found out you could make a Palomino in this game, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make one of those. Though, my other favorite horse colors are when I can make a horse look like Shadowfax or be white or silver or whatnot. So I am aiming for another Starlit Crystal off the vendor, because farming Starlets is one of the things you do in festivals, especially if you're at level cap. Thief Kitty, stop being a little bitch. Language. So thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Dragon Rider. And thank you, Emberiza. I don't believe I know who you are in Twitch, if you are even in Twitch. And that's okay. You don't have to out yourself if you don't want to. You don't have to. I am not that person. So that was actually really cool to share a triple ding
Good day.
with a couple of friends. You got the reduced awareness thing? Oh, well. I'm hoping the new year will bring us some improvements on the lag, because the lag has been pretty terrible. Now, we do know that the recent lengthy server downtimes to do some stuff behind the scenes have not actually helped us in that regard. And we also know that the DDO folks are like, I hope because they've already announced that they're doing the same thing over there. And the DDO folks are like, I hope it'll fix lag. And I'm like, it didn't for us. And there's so many factors as to what's causing lag that, you know, it's going to be an ongoing battle. And that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm not an engineer to know all the esoteric things. I just know the stuff that I can do at my end of things to try to minimize my lag. And, you know, some of that's going to be, you know, have a decent internet. Let's see. Make sure that my system that I'm running on a wired network connection versus wireless. Wi-Fi is the devil. I dislike Wi-Fi a lot. I mean, it's good when it's there, but in terms of the kind of performance where you want you don't want any input lag or any of that, then you definitely want to be hardwired. Yes, Sapiens, who also streamed a Lotro last night, and you should definitely go follow him. He will be streaming tomorrow night, for sure, because it's part of his schedule. He might be streaming tonight. We don't know. We don't know. He died a lot. Yeah, see, he was playing Lego Lord of the Rings the other night as well, but also he was playing on Ithel last night, because he has been playing in my kinship over there, currently doing content in Moaaaargul. Yeah, Enigma, that is Sapiens, aka Rick Eaton, aka former community manager for Lotra, and my very good and dear friend who trolled me about the AARP many years ago. I love him or hate him. He is the cute and cuddly former community manager. And now that I've said that his wife is going to look at me very funny. Don't tell her I said that, Rick. Don't show her the VOD. Oh my god. So I have actually met every single community manager this game has ever had. And I have 2 separate pictures of 3 of them at once. Both of these happened at PAX. One was Sapiens, Patience, and Freelorn, PAX East a few years ago, and then was it last year or the year before? We had Sapiens, Cordovan, Sapiens and Cordovan. Who was the other one? No, I think it was just Sapiens and Cordovan. Because Freelorn wasn't there and Patience wasn't there. Whatever. There's proof. Did I meet Ramen and Saffron? I don't know. Actually, I didn't know we had previous ones. Were they from previous to launch? No, you're asking if I have Twitch emotes for Ramen. And I do, actually. I personally don't have a Twitch emote for Ramen. But my good friend, Omid Dariani does. Omid is a manager of streamers. And I am going to go to my house. My premium house. Ramen left about 6 months before you started. So was Ramen the CM after Patience and before you? Or was Ramen a... See, this is one cool thing about listening to Sapiens is you get to hear all the good stuff about the old days of Lotro. So give us the hit. No, with Patience. Okay, I had never honestly ever heard of Ramen or Saffron as CMs. So I knew Celestrata was not actually a CM, I don't believe, but she's way cool and way awesome and you should go follow her everywhere. Ironically, one time I was wearing my Lotro hoodie in the grocery store, and back in the day I never wore my Lotro hoodies unless I was at PAX. And I ran into a couple, like in their 40s or 50s, who were big fans of Celestrata from her days when she... I get a rune and I get wallpaper. So I'm going to put wallpaper in the chest here. You too can get an assortment of dwarf candles. Ooh, I get gold scraps and a large tree. More beautiful wallpaper that... Green and red are not my colors, so I don't really care too much about them. Look at this! I got a pig! I got a pig! I got a pig! I think it took me like 4 rolls to get a pig. Yeah, four mithril coin rolls. So at one point, Patience, Ramen, Saffron, and Freelorn. Ah, before the breaking of Isengard. Okay. So, see, this is history. We don't really know because they don't talk about it. What do you do with dwarf candles? That's a really good question. You put them down and they make a light for like 30 seconds. The last time I personally used dwarf candles is I set up purple, yellow, and green ones on a hotbar. And then when the Mardi Gras party band was playing, Master Kangus's band over on, were we on Kirkhollow? Or were we on Landrewell? I don't remember. And while they were performing in a round robin one night, I plopped them down in sequence behind the band. It looked really cool. So it's kind of like, you know, stage lighting. I got a large tree. So let's put that in there. I haven't decided yet which tree I want. I need to go look at D&Co de Milieu's website and get another large tree. These are about the only ones I've gotten on Kirkhollow. So these are dwarf candles. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. Seriously? However, I'm gonna use the pet pig. Come on, Rudolph. And the reason I came to my house, I'm going to use this in just a minute, because we are going back to Minas Morgul. Actually, you know, we're not. We're not going to do that. We are going to go over to the banker. Except I don't need to. I need... Celestrata was actually a CM. Job title? Cool. See, I was told otherwise. Where is it? Ah, right here. Boop. Just turn around so at least she's not facing the wall. There we go. Visit and banker. Visiting banker! Where are my dwarf candles? Don't tell me that, because I really need to clean out my inventory before I go to whatever. Aha. There we are. Oh, they don't count. Do they? Where'd that go? Where did that go? Well, apparently they don't stack beyond 50, so there's that. Well, as you can see, I've got space in my inventory for them. One of the other things I had, I picked up the enhanced XP supply, which I can't use as this character anymore. At least not until the level cap increased. I also have the Tome of the Little Black Pig too. So I'm gonna put these in my boosts folder. Let's clean out the stuff here. Hides. Even though I don't need them right now, I'm just gonna get them out of the way, and if I need to farm some more, I will. I also got a large box of festival tokens in one of my gold rolls, and I haven't decided which set of festival tokens to get, so I'm just hanging on to that for now. Because I'm a terrible person. Alright. Crafting. That goes into the prospecting folder. Forestry. Because this is my explorer character, so she gets all the good stuff. That's a quest thing. This goes in the gems. Yeah, I know, it's agate. Leave me alone. Storing the mats, as you do. And again, remember, I didn't actually buy one of those new carryalls. Ooh. Got a rug. Well, since you need that. You too get a rug. I'll put that over in the shared storage in just a second. What is that? Sticky resin. Now, this is all Lobi mats from the festival, but you know. Metalsmith. Do you know if the elk is a pet or a ride? It is a mount. It is like the capstone. It's like the big ticket item for rolling 100 on your gold rolls. Even though the pig is also like, if you roll 100, you get either a pig or an elk. On Laurelin, I've gotten 2 separate elks, and I'm like, okay about it. I'm actually gonna put these in the legendary folder. I really like this music, by the way. Mr. Darth Celtics made it, I do believe. I have 2 Starlit Crystals, and I'm going to use one of them on this bad boy. Boop. And I'm going to use the other one on this bad boy anyway, because I'm working on getting that leveled up. Aslan's Reclamation Scrolls go in that folder. This is actually, my inventory is actually more organized than my house is, and I say that with deep shame. Lots of deep shame. Alright. So, everything else can be sold. Daleman's Crams. Look how many I've got. I'm gonna put the festival tokens in there. Alright. The rest of this other crap I can sell. So, let me sell things. Oh, you can't. Well, that stinks. You can't actually sell to the vault keeper. The visiting banker doesn't actually buy things, so we're still gonna have to go to the one over by the lighthouse. That kind of bites. All right, let's put the rug down here. Anyway, let's go to talk to the other. Well, you know what? We don't have. You don't have to quote the War Doctor. And we're not going to discuss Doctor Who spoilers in here, even though that was the 50th anniversary episode. We're going to go to Bree. Any inventory management tips? Sell everything. Jinxie, welcome! Happy New Year to you. Sam watched a Lego movie today. You have 4 pigs, no elks. No waiting. Or you can get a visiting supplier who will buy your stuff at your house. Yeah, Art and Esoteric, I would do that. Let's see. I don't think I can afford one. Anyway, we are gonna go this way. And when I get down to the stable master down that way. Wait, let's check. Let's see what we got.
What can I do for you today?
You can get a pig pen for your house, Rick, if you had a house on Ithel. You're not what I was looking for. I wanted. The curator's gone. Am I misreading this? Yeah, the curator's gone. Well, that bites. Oh well. You think you have one? Probably. You like to supply? Yeah, I have the supply horn outside the house next to the two ingredient boxes. And then I have, out on the lawn, I have all the crafting stations, so if I go to my personal house, I can craft. I really should put this stuff on my kin house, but my kin, okay, I'm gonna get rid of the pig. Shush. Bacon! Go away. Yeah, whatever. And we are gonna go to current content, because the title of the show is Moaaaargul. Because I do intend to continue the Moaaaargul content, so if you don't want to see spoilers, now's the time. Oh, bye. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going to actually have to go to Holtvis first. I have completed the Mordor Besieged content, and holy crap, that big twist at the end. Oh my god. It was so good. Sapiens can attest to how awesome Maid of Lions is as a co-worker and as the steward of the primary story of this game. And, of course, the less well-known, but also deeply important to the story of Lotro is Mr. Chris Pearson, who doesn't have a fancy forum title. I don't think he actually goes to the forums. If he did, I think he'd be terrified. Except he's pretty scary. Chris is actually a really scary dude. I'm intimidated by Chris. Because he is... I think if you got Chris Pearson, Corey Olsen, Tom Shippey, and Stephen Colbert onto a Tolkien trivia game show, it would be pretty neck and neck.
Help us face our foes, yes?
I can't go to Estadalan? Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna figure this out. Don't tell me, chat. I'm gonna figure this out. So I can go to Moaaaargul. Wait. I'm thinking. So I need to unlock Estadalan. Whatever. I would watch that show too. Yeah, Pearson is like crazy. And I don't know if you know, Rick, I don't think I mentioned it to you necessarily, but Colbert actually watches Corey's show, or at least listens to the podcast from the class that he teaches Tuesday nights in-game. So Colbert is very much aware of Lotro, and I do believe the ruins of Dingarth was where we were going. Or I'm about to just ride up there and say to hell with it, but why don't I have this unlocked? But yeah, Colbert listens to Corey's show like for 15 minutes every day, so it means he might catch up in the next decade. Well, Colbert the Mad and Lotro, I believe, Rick could probably tell us for sure, I believe that is a deliberate nod to Mr. Colbert. But yeah. Alright, so... looks like we're gonna ride through the hard way. Cause I thought I had unlocked the Stable Master for Ekad Uliel. I know I'm doing something wrong here. Because there used to be a fast travel to Ekad Uliel. Actually. Look at this. Well, this takes us to Arendor, and this is actually really awesome content, as that they created this. This is what Dingarth used to be like before it became ruined in Mordor. Because, hello, you look out the door, and what the hell do you see? You see a not yet volcano. This one, we're gonna just go through these until we find the right one. Okay, now that just takes us back. And one thing I really like, you notice this is all beat up. It shows the aging process. So this takes us to the present. Will Wheatley and Archit? I would not be surprised if it was, honestly. I mean, there are references to real life people in Lotro. Like Chris Pearson made a reference to Gordie Howe of Tragically Hip, one of his favorite musicians. If you do the Fields of Cormallen quest, when you go talk to Frodo, after the end of the ring and whatnot, you pass a minstrel who, I forget the character's name, but there's an NPC there who is a direct reference to him. So, and I think actually Professor Mike Trout has an NPC named after him, and I think there might be one named after Corey as well. But I think a character that old in the game, I probably imagine it's again, Rick can probably tell us more about this than I would. But my personal theory has always been they got away with a few things because all that stuff had to go through Middle Earth Enterprise. They had to get approval for stuff like that, right? So you couldn't be like, this isn't World of Warcraft where they can just make stuff up and nobody cared because it was their own IP. And I'm still thinking I'm doing this wrong, and I'm sure there's somebody in chat going like this. I'm sure of it, but you know, it's okay. We're gonna do a little bit of a ride around, and then we're gonna go find our people, and then we're going to make a mess in the Moaaaargul Vale. But the cool thing is, I can now ride through Mordor, and like everything is gray to me. It is also really funny, Mr. Doug Glendower, who's there in chat, who is one of the DDO streamers, and I believe at one time you were actually one of our streamers as well, has a warband that shares his last name. There is a warband in the Kingstead called Glendower, and I don't know if that's an homage or a reference or just somebody at Standing Stone, Ben Turbine, liked the name, said, hey, you know what, we should name something like this. Leonard Nimoy is in Rivendell, that's right. See, Sabians can confirm stuff like that. I mean, it's not as bad as like WoW, where if you go to the cathedral out in Stormwind City, you can find Terran Justice and Diva Marie standing in front of the statue, and both of them are very good friends of mine. Actually, Diva's birthday was yesterday. And Terran is the in-game cinematic director for WoW. And I just missed my turn. Alright, here we go. Let's go up the hill. Did I miss my turn? No, I'm about to miss my turn because I'm going the wrong way. Because it's down this way. See, I'm still getting lost in Mordor. And there's like a whole horde of kids, no pun intended. Yeah, okay, the pun was intended. Running around that cathedral that are named, their last names are all Stockton. And there is a guy who's on the WoW team, or used to be on the WoW team at least, whose last name was Stockton, and they were all nods to his relatives. And actually, Terran's parents, David and Judy, wander around Stormwind as well, around the cathedral and the graveyard and whatnot in Stormwind. And yes, it is very true, Terran's middle name is actually Justice, because his parents are cool. In fact, his mother was a high-end raider and had better raid gear than he did during Burning Crusade, which is actually really... because he was busy working, so he didn't have time to play as much, so... Okay, so... where are we? This is Magash 2, isn't it? Man, I could have just taken the freaking... oh, man, I'm a ding-dong. Ding-dong, man. Ding-dong, yo. Because we're trying to go to Moaaaargul Vale, so let's go talk to our friend the stable master to see if I remember. Okay. I am an idiot. Right here. I am an idiot. Not gonna deny it. And if you clip that, I will delete the clip. So there's some inside baseball that, of course, Sapiens can't tell us about, so don't hit him with DMs, ask him about whatever. And I'll be open about it. Okay, so here we are. Somebody named their character Willowin, which actually, if you say Winnowill, then you've just named one of the big bads of elf quests. So we have got quests to do, and none of them are in my log anymore. So we've pretty much given up on the Mordor Besieged content, because those are all low-level quests, and I don't need XP anymore. I might go back and do them if I need, rep or whatever, but I'm not feeling the need for rep. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 9 in my quest log, which actually makes me amused. We are, however, going to go down to the Black Book of Mordor, which, Rick, by the way, is really good and you should play it. Just saying. We're going to add that to my quest log. What I want to do is I want to focus on the Black Book of Mordor for the rest of the show. So these are the really good stuff. We're going to do a couple of these other ones while we're here. And hey, burning flowers is good. It's better than being a flower sniffer. Because you never know what comes up out of a flower. It might be a skunk. You think you have to finish them to get the dailies? Well, we'll deal with them later. Right now, I want to focus on the epic storyline. Because it's so damn good! And speaking of so damn good, listen to this beautiful music by Bill Champagne, who is one of the awesomest people. You should also follow Bill Champagne on his personal Twitch channel. He is intending on streaming some Game Dev Tycoon, I think, in the near future. So let me give another shout out to Bill. He is an awesome dude. Very cool. I did have the extreme privilege to shoot the breeze with him for a few minutes last year. I could say last year. When I visited Standing Stone in preparation for my interview with Severlin, which I don't know yet if that's going to happen again. I have to wait for Cord to get back in the office and ask. But as is usual, I left a message in Slack, and he'll see it whenever. I ain't worried about it. All right, let's go do some quests. Where are our quests now? All over the place. So, let us go find some things to kill. Some corpses to examine instead of loot. What? Gotta examine an orc corpse on the road to Minas Morgul and defeat some sentries. Gather water from a tributary into the Morgul Dune. Ooh. Because remember, drinking from the Morgul Dune is a very bad idea. Gosh darn it, my nose is... Noisome flowers. Nice. Now, one of the things to bear in mind is this champion is a naturally leveled champion. No Valaring ever. Unlike my level 125, 26 hunter who was Valor to 105. Do I still have... Oh, hey, look at that. Having control over Minas Morgul gives all players in Minas Morgul a 25% bonus on reputation earned from kills within the dead city. That's kind of cool. So, it sounds like the bonuses you get for a Numinous, doesn't it? Is it a lot like a Numinous? I'm sure it is. Because it worked before, and it was actually an interesting quest thing. You know what? We never actually did go to the banker. Alright. Or to somebody who could take my loots away. How dare you? How dare you? In your face. Definitely appreciate y'all being here this afternoon. I know it is Friday, so people have stuff to do getting ready for their weekend. I actually get a weekend, which I haven't had a weekend since I started working again. A noisome fungus. I'm trying to kill a poisonous mushroom. You have control points in the same as a numinous. Neat. And it's interesting, I mean, having something like that that encourages people to participate and regain those control points is nice. And I'm going to open up a little bit of a can of worms here and say, I think it would actually be an interesting thing to do in terms of a PvP, a PvMP sort of thing, but yeah, I know, that's opening up a can of worms. But as a concept, I like it. Mainly because I've been playing a lot of Moaaaargul Valley in WoW, because while their anniversary event's been going on for the past month. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I kind of did, but kind of didn't. It's been a quick and easy way to level alts in WoW, is to run Moaaaargul Valley. What is that? That is Ekateridum. And this is, oh, this is the one we're looking for. Estadolan. Okay, so we're gonna make our way down that way, I think. Why don't we do that first? Let's just go get the stable master. PvMP. Rawr! We had fun in PvMP that time that we did that extra life thing on the Big E. Ooh, there's an orc corpse. I can examine it without dismounting. Been fiercely mauled, but freshly mauled by some sort of beast. And suddenly the song about Gaston just came in my head. You know, setting off, you know, the villagers against the beast. Kill the beast. Because, you know, we haven't gotten our Disney music stuck in our head yet recently. Alright, it's a poison mushroom. Stable master, let's focus. Focus, Druid. Focus. Well, we can pick up the flowers, come on. This is one of the locations Baragon described. It's not... oh. Okay, we burned some flowers. We'll burn some more. Remember the first time we saw a noisome flower in the game? You remember that? You played a creep to rank 3, I think. My creep, who eventually wound up on Crick Hollow due to server transfers. RIP server transfers for the moment. For now. Rug Hat, which best name ever from the random name generator, is rank 4 right now. And I'm not focusing on going to the stable master. Noisome plant life. No, the noisome flowers, but you only saw them if you played an elf or a dwarf. The red flowers that you saw when you went to investigate Skorgrim's tomb. And also, well, not his tomb, but, well, yeah. The place... pardon me, where his body was. Alright. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore the sentry. We're gonna go over to these flowers. My flowers. This wandering gloom's gonna come after me. Kolo's home seal. Oh, hello. What is that? Available. Find the Kolos home socket. The mark of pestilence, the seal of Kolos home, was placed here, remains a mystery. Was once set in something. Perhaps an answer lies in the dead city of Minas Moaaaargul. Okay, we'll pick up random quests. Bill Champagne really likes the bassoon sounds. I've noticed that. Really likes those bassoons. Oh, a glowing page. Oh my gosh, the story in Minas.
We have come at last to the lands whence Sauron's servants drove thee. Long have the elves esteemed the Ithil Vale, for we walked here in the elder days.
So, Ithilien, anything related to Minas Ithil, was where the elves used to hang out for a bit, which makes sense as to why it's so fair. But I also kind of don't like the notion that the things in Middle Earth are fair only because the elves were there, that nobody else could have really cool looking things. And you know I'm gonna hit all of these crafting nodes, right? Yeah, you do that. Let's kill this gloom real fast. Since we did talk about food a little bit earlier, well, I did anyway. I have a question for y'all, all y'all. What are y'all having for supper tonight? That's the super important question. I mentioned I'm having a ham soup, ham bone soup. Oh, you rude little cuss. Ha. Oh, I see gloom waters. I'm sorry, a dark water. Is there a light water? Time to look in the freezer and see what jumps out. Nice. One of the cool things about having an Instant Pot is I no longer have to plan around spending like an hour and a half or 2 hours making supper anymore. Even for something like, you know, baking chicken. Yes, Steve Kitty, what would you like? Hi, kitty boy. What are you doing? Come on. It's 10 o'clock in the evening there. Probably won't eat anything more today. Sounds like a wise idea. Unless you plan on staying up half the night. American time, of course. Okay, there's a road that way. That goes to the city, so we're not taking that way. But there's a thing here. It's a milestone provisioner. It's a campsite, but I don't see a stable master listed. So there's a camp back up this way. Yes, Thiefy. Let's go see what's actually there. Oh, sneaky. And there's a stable master there. Farad Angarth, the gate warden's keep. Okay. You're gonna howl, you're gonna be on camera. What is it that I said? That I didn't think that there was a stable master? I didn't see one on the mini-map. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Interesting.
Will you hear my plight?
Maybe. Oh. So this is the actual Minas Morgul entryway. Interesting. Looks like there's more than one way into the city, which is cool, but we're not going into the city yet. Ugh. Cat. Look at this. You can't see it. Ugh. Cat. Ow. knocked my horse over. How rude. That's why having a keyboard with a left-hander gaming keypad is a beautiful thing. Moaaaargul. Oh dear. Now, I like discovering this stuff for the very first time because... Alright. Oh, you're supposed to go this when you're there. Dummy. Tudor Anton is now hosting me. Tudor is actually one of my former coworkers back at Spectrum. Awesome, dude. How you doing, Patrick? I hope you and your family had a great Christmas and New Year's. Let's go back to that other place that we had gotten the thing. Oh, hello, mist. There's noisome fungus. Looking for noisome flowers to get the last of the 30 needed. Or the 20, however many frickin' it was. And we're gonna go up the hill. Why? Because I saw Skarn. Yes, Skarn. I missed the Tolkien toast on Laurelin. Yeah, that was gonna happen. However, for those who don't know what Enigma is referring to, today is Professor Tolkien's birthday. And as tradition, this is, you know... Well, hang on, let me kill this bat first. Hey, I got a new deed. Friend to the White City. Whoa. Reputation changed. Interesting. Anyway. You're supposed to take your drink, whatever it is. I'm Pepsi, real sugar. Plug. Later this evening, back on the official Lotro channel, you can do a plug with Coke Zero, which is the preferred choice of Mr. Big Ed Mustafa. Anyway, thank you, Elda, for updating Moobot. Appreciate you. Is you're supposed to raise your glass, or whatever, cup, and say, the professor. Because without him, we wouldn't be here today. And today is also the 3rd anniversary of Professor Corey Olsen's Exploring Lord of the Rings show, where he has been teaching an extremely close reading of the trilogy almost nearly every week, Tuesday nights over on the Signum U channel. And if you like to be a lore nerd with Lotro, definitely go follow the Signum U. Wait a minute, we were going this way. Arrgh! Let's go back this way. Why? Because we were looking for... Not that. These places they were describing. Not that, not that. The Moaaaargul doing. Which... Okay, we were looking for that one. So... Having the entire damn thing glow doesn't help, Lotro. Alright, let's go. See if we can get back to the place where it said this is a good place, so we can do the licky thing. West of Echo until you emerge from the trees near a stone pillar. So we gotta look for a stone pillar, and we're gonna kill this Moaaaargul sentry since he's here. And we're gonna do it mounted combat until he kills my horse. Which took like 2 seconds. I wish Standing Stone had the time to actually update mounted combat to at least give our worsties some freaking morale. Yay! orc kind slayer of Moaaaargul. I almost said the bad word, but that's okay. Hey, and I have a quest to kill Morgul sentries, so I shouldn't have been ignoring those guys. Yeah, 3 years, and he has just reached the Council of Elrond last month. Speaking of other cool things going on in the world of Tolkien, I don't know if you've been following as well, but the guys who run the Prancing Pony podcast, say that 5 times fast, and the Luke Shelton, the PhD who's been doing the Tolkien experience, and I have been privileged to be one of the folks featured in the Tolkien experience, where people discuss how they got into Tolkien, what they like about it, and whatnot. And I, of course, made heavy mention of Lotro because, you know, that's the big thing I do with my Tolkien fandom. I think that's the... Yeah, this is the thing we're looking for. This little tower thingy-majigger here. Let's get the bleed off me, because unlike Rick, I remember to use my anti-bleed thing. Yep, this is the part where I give... Ooh, talk to Faramir at the Bridge of Gulliant. How long was it until you started using Purge Poison? Level 20-something? Come on. Your Runekeeper was gonna strangle you, sir. I'm just saying, this as your Runekeeper, who decided to start tanking things because she was better at surviving than you were. Though, to be fair, I did get you killed by the elite warg in the Chetwood, so I almost kind of feel bad about that. Almost. You are lazy, I know. Well, see, you're playing the game for funsies, on the other hand. And I understand not wanting to, you know, invest too much time or brain cells, and you just want to play casually, and I do that too, honestly. So, not to invoke or summon Mr. Chromite, but I'm sure that if Chromite watched me play more often, he would be tearing... If he wasn't already bald from tearing his hair out, he would be alright, you know, he'd be getting there. Alright, the Grim Vale. So the sentries are up here, so we're coming to the end of where the sentries are. We got one more sentry to kill. So let's go find another sentry and kick his damn ass. But yeah, Purge Poison is such an integral part of a hunter's rotation. And what makes it even worse is the fact that you guys can spam it. And nobody else can spam their cleanse like that. So it's like, you're mortally offended every other class. It's all good. It's all good. Sam Burke is wearing one of his tabletop RPG shirts. I actually resisted buying the 45th anniversary D&D dice that Wizards of the Coast is flogging. Now, you would think I would immediately jump out and buy them because they're silver with blue lettering on them, and the 20 on the D20 is a sapphire. And those are like expressly my colors. It was like, holy crap, why aren't you gonna buy them? And there's one reason. They're $300. I mean, I want to get them, but I can't justify the cost. And in terms of especially how much use I would get out of them. And to be fair, those are the kind of dice that you, it's a Wandering Gloom. I don't care about the Wandering Gloom. Okay. We're gonna... What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, chap? Do the Poisonous Wilds. We're still doing those. We can do the Grim Vale, which is to find another orc corpse. Which is conveniently not glowing. Or we could do the Morgul Duin. Oh man, that sounds not fun or awesome. But Screw it. Let's go talk to Faramir. I want to talk to Faramir. Put him on a shelf and look at them. Right. I mean, my gaming dice, I have 2 sets of dice. I have my big collection of dice and a big bag that I made. The dice bag is literally this tall. And it's got a panel on the front. I made it out of this this blue and white old school Renaissance style map of the Earth, like early Explorer era map of the Earth. But for some reason it's in blue. It's blue cloth with white printing, and it seriously looks like star maps, which I love star maps. And it's got a satin panel on the front of it that's been signed by Adam and Jamie of the Mythbusters, so I thought that was kind of cool. And then I have a smaller dice bag that can only fit 1 set of D20, or 1 set of, what do you call them, poly, whatever. 1 set of gaming dice. I'm forgetting the word. Doug, don't hate me for this, man. Any tabletop people don't. The poly whatevers. And it's my travel set of dice, but it's also made out of that same blue and white matte fabric that I have that I really, really adore. Alright, we're gonna go talk to Faramir. And by the way, these are so cool! Look at these. Dragons. Gargoyles. Gargoyles? Dragoyles? Here's Faramir on the bridge. Oh, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? That one time I skipped between the invisible fences and got in here? Yeah, I remember. It was an accident. I wasn't trying to... Okay, it kind of was. Okay, let's look at Faramir. Look how fancy this guy is! Look at this! Prince Faramir. He's even got a crown and everything. Polyhedrals, thank you. I was thinking polychrome, and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's so not right. But, I love buying dice. Yeah, he's healed because this is after the fall of Mordor. This is after Aragorn made him the Prince of Ithilien. He lost some lives last time. Oh, that is an unfortunate bummer, Dragon Rider. I've got... Most of my dice are, unsurprisingly blue. Just like many of my sister's dice are either going to be pink and or purple. In fact, I bought some for her. Okay, so, we have a bridge problem.
I will not say this is a pleasant place, but I know that once it was.
This is Imlad Ithil, and nowhere else in Gondor could rival its beauty when the Ithilduin River sparkled in the moonlight like a vein of silver threaded between dark cliffs. When Isildur came to these shores with his father and brother, he was so taken by the beauty of this valley that he built a citadel beneath the slopes of Akathras, tallest peak of the Efelduath. Minas Ithil, he called it, and Barad Cuaron, the tower of the crescent moon, rose from its topmost level. But that was long ago in a galaxy far... No, long, long ago in a galaxy far away. So, okay. The Lord of the Nazgul coveted the valley and the citadel sheltered within. Twice the Witch King seized the city. Remember that. That's an interesting fact that I had forgotten, is that they had actually attacked and took over Minas Ithil twice. It's the second time that it became Minas Morgul. First time he possessed it only until the last alliance of men and elves came south and fought the war that ended the Second Age. Minas Ithil remained under the control of Gondor for centuries, although it would never again attain the heights it had known under Isildur. It drew the imaginations of poets, artists, and minstrels from all over the kingdom. That all came to a sad end with the second of the Witch King's assaults upon the city. When the Nazgul captured Minas Morgul for the second time, that name would no longer describe the citadel. It became Minas Morgul, the Tower of Sorcery, and so it would stay. Alright, we get bracelet! So even, like, the will bracelet gives me more vitality than, anything. Alright, so we're obviously going to go with this one. So now becomes the question, which one are we replacing? Well, I really like the crit rating on the loot box bracer that has the additional crit because of the essence on it. Even though I won't get quite as much vitality, but I'm gonna replace the quest given ones. So we're gonna choose this. I'm gonna choose that.
When I was just a boy, my brother, Boromir, and I had the finest teachers in all of Gondor.
They told us tales of noble Elendil, wise Isildur, and bold Anarion, and our days were spent reenacting their most heroic deeds. But of all these tales, it was the fall of Minas Ithil to the Lord of the Nazgul that most moved my brother's heart. I can still hear his voice recounting it to me on a stormy afternoon, and though the tale is a sad one, the recollection is welcome to me. An army of orcs came over the gates, I can hear him say, but they were met by a hail of stones. The lord of the city, a great captain named Egelmoth, sent out sorties to sow confusion among the orcs and delay their plans. The Witch King himself sought to breach the gates, but could not. Years before, and at the request of the King of Gondor, the wizard Curanir, Saruman, placed powerful enchantments upon them, and they held against the Witch King's evil sorceries. But Egelmoth knew his men could not outlast the forces arrayed against them. At dawn of the appointed day, he sounded his war horn and led his men on their mounts through the gates, forming a wedge to drive the enemies to either side and trample them underfoot. They rode to the bridge to see the light on their faces. Oh, wait, let's do the same. They rode to the bridge. See the light on their faces as they approached, knowing freedom is near. But it was not to be so, for as they neared the Ithilient, the bridge sundered and its pieces fallen into the river. Egelmoth could go no further, but he despaired not. He commanded his men to turn their backs to the raging river, and they charged once again straight toward the orc armies and their fell commanders. So died Egelmoth, but the tale of Egelmoth's onslaught fills our hearts with joy even today, for we know that he died in service of Gondor, and so we remember him. Faramir smiles, remembering his brother's love for this tale. Then he sighs wistfully and scuffs the stone with the toe of his boot. What are you, 5? Isengard did 5 once upon a time. The Nazgul had weakened the supports of the bridge, so ensure Egelmoth could not escape that way. Boromir was always quick to point out that it was a strategy they had learned from Isildur, for the son of Elendil had used that very tactic against them when he first escaped Minas Ithil. Theirs was not a mindless evil. Let us glad they are gone. Let us be glad they're gone. Yes, the Nazgul are slain with Sauron, but others might still work his evil within the dead city. South of here, the road climbs up to Minas Morgul. Go there and learn what you can of the situation inside. Defeat whatever you find there in memory of the hero Egelmoth. And in memory of my brother, too. Where's it? Egelmoth. Egelmoth? And if we find the main entrance to the city and kill 8 dudes, we will get a nice upgraded earring. That'll have crit and finesse on it, so it would definitely want to take the place of the 369 earring for surezies. That moment sounded a lot like a certain moment when Dana Barrett and Louis Tully turned into the demon dogs in Ghostbusters. And there's your nerdy moment. By the way, I'm actually kind of excited. New Ghostbusters movie this year! Anyway. Alright. Find the main entrance to the city. So we can't cross the bridge here, but obviously we're gonna need to get around to that side of the river at some point. I'm guessing we have to go this way, maybe? Maybe? Question mark? Alright, let us go out here. Who's that? Who's that? Nativity in Black? That sounds like a very metal band. Right, what's going on in Slack? Anyway, this is going up this way. And honestly, I'm a little bit interested in... I mean, sure, this is overgrown and these trees are obviously newer than... way newer than the days when this would be the main thoroughfare up to Minas Morgul. But even so, I would have expected a bit more of a build-up. Like, a bit more architecture and... Whoa, hello, running into trees. Overgrown much. I would have expected more... more stonework. And this is creepy AF. The statues of Sauron. The obelisk over here in the corner, and the... Alright, we're going inside, kids. We're gonna go kick these guys' butts. Is it a gatekeeper? Are you the keymaster? This is the kind of gatekeeper you want to have around because, you know... Where are you? We're gonna pull one at a time. Hi. And we might die. We might die. Rude. Ah, in your face. Laugh a while you can, the monkey boy. Give some more fervor. Skills. Ow! Rude. Not bad. Let's pull the other one. I just actually bought some more tabletop stuff right now, or recently, the other day, because Humble Bundle has a bundle for all of the books from Cubicle 7's Adventures in Middle-earth. Sadly, for those who don't know, Cubicle 7 seems to have lost their license for any Middle-earth stuff. So, sadly, they're not releasing... They're not releasing the One Ring second edition because they said they couldn't, even though it was nearly complete, they couldn't justify, you know, selling it when they weren't going to be able to support it. And also, hi. Oh, hello, you guys. So you guys aren't too bad. You're just a couple, you know. My minstrel might find a little problem with you, but you know. She's my minstrel. She's squishy. Well, she has been Valor, so maybe she'll be better now. Or else I just really suck at playing minstrel, which is also very likely. But they had, like, the entire Middle-earth, Adventures in Middle-earth set for $15. So I picked that up. And it also included a coupon for 30% off anything you order directly from Cubicle 7. So I picked up a couple of my favorite of their not sold out yet books from the One Ring set. Hi. Even though I already have all the PDFs, there's something about having a physical copy of a book, and I have a ton of Cubicle 7 books from their Doctor Who license. Because one time I went to Gen Con and oops, I accidentally spent $400 on Doctor Who stuff. It happens. It's in the chest. Oh, yeah. Alright, I need one more dude to kill. You, a Gothmog warrior, and bring your sergeant with you. I'll take you both. So, of course, Minas Ithil is, as many of us are aware, the twin city of Minas Anor, which, of course, was the city of the sun, and this is the city of the moon. And of course, when Minas Ithil went all dark side, then climbed the ramp between the second and third tiers, northwest of the Songhouse of Lindalire. Probably going the wrong way. That's okay. I mean, it kind of looks like a ramp. Except I'm going the wrong way. I don't think so, actually. I am, actually. Hi. In your face. Hey, a chest respawn. Is this gonna be like the corroded chests in Mordor, the actual part of Mordor, where you open them and they get like crap ton of crafting mats. Because those are actually goblin scouts, huh? This looks like a door that you should be able to go in. And I really like the color. Of course I would like the color because it's like blue and white, but the stonework is different. Like if this were Minas Anor, this would not be a bluish tint. It wouldn't be blue and white stone. It would be more of a golden, I think. Alright. Let's go kill this dude up here. Hi. You have all the One Ring PDFs from the bundle. Well, see, here's the thing about the bundle of holding that you linked in somebody's Discord. It might have been mine, actually. Is while the bundle of holding is run by a company, buried over at the Tower of the Treegarth, is for a company that is donating to charity. I really didn't like the fact that they're only donating 10% of their proceeds to charity. Now I understand you got to pay for your license, you got to pay for the rights to be able to sell it. I didn't feel comfortable with that, honestly. The Gate Warden's Keep. Okay, so this is the way out to those guys. Actually, this is probably gonna be bad. Can I go outside? Oh, hello. Oh, it's an instance. Let's not say we didn't. I can't get out. Wait, there's no way out. Really? It is recommended to have the quest into the dead city underway. Oops. Can I just get out of here? Can I cancel this? Yes, I want to abandon it. Let me out. Let me out. I just want out. Don't make me come back and do this the hard way. That's a pretty deep pit. I did a bad thing. They should have warned you, right? That's not a door out. That's not a door out. Why is there a horse? Minas Moaaaargul guide? That sounds like something I need. Where does this go? Outside. Hey! That's what I was looking for. Hi. The provisioner is actually who I was looking for.
Let us not tarry.
Because look at this mess. Let me actually put my new bracer on. Replacing Payne's Promise. I think was this one. Yep. Oh, it's a 405. Nice. Look at all these crafting mats. Save the Calabrant. Oh, we got to find out which ones are used for tasks. Big Ed Mustafa, I'm making you proud. We're not doing tasks right now, but we are. Dirty Filth is used in Gondor. Well, we don't need that. So this disgusting filth, we need to save that. Disgusting filth. Night touched fur. I did actually get the task thing that they were giving away for free if you bought Lotro points over Black Friday. Pebbled filth, Veils of Anduin. And yes, I'm one of those many people who really hate the fact that there's all these things and they don't really distinguish between vendor trash and task trash. Or task items. Stone braided skin. I don't need it on this character because I'm already kindred with the Dwarfhold, so we're gonna let that one go. Same with the Stoneworn furs. Toughened skin I'm gonna need. Actually, before I do anything, can I? Nope. Tufted ear. So it's not quite doing tasks, but it's close enough. I want toughened skin. I think we already got that one. Yeah, we did. Alright, sell the rest. Yes, sell all the items! Get them out of my sight. Let's put the task items down here. That way I'll know. Plus the fact that they're locked now, so... Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, part of the problem of having all those books, Sam, is the fact that I have a library and I need to go back and fix it. So, let's go back in. Except I think we're gonna get ourselves, well, hello. We're gonna get ourselves lost. Because I need to get back out the way I was, because I don't want to have to fight my way back into Minas Morgul. Oh, hi. Hello. So now I'm gonna fight all these dudes in Minas Morgul and not even get any sort of quest credit for it. That's gonna stink. What is going on in Discord? I'll read it in an hour. I don't think they should have put in a one-way door like that. They should have at least put in a like a travel now option, maybe. Doesn't seem like the same floor I was on though. Defiler. All these defilers and no waiting. Am I gonna have to go back out the back door and then run all the way around and fight all those dudes again? Because it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice here. That sucks. That really... I disagree with that design decision. Seriously disagree with that design decision. Especially if there's like a prerequisite that they highly recommend you should be on this quest before you go and do this. They should give you some kind of warning. See, there's no way to get out except to go all the way out and go all the way around. Pinion! I don't know if it was Pinion or not. Alright, let's see where we can go.
Will you hear my plight?
No. So I'm out here, and I need to go there. So it looks to me like there's two ramps from the Circle of Wrath to the Circle of Sorrow. And there's two ramps... Actually, it looks like there's two ramps for all these places. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a beautiful game of Chutes and Ladders. Or Snakes and Ladders, if you play in the UK. Alright, we're gonna go around. We're gonna have to fight those elite mobs again. Whoops. I'm gonna run into things. Run up the hill because there's Skarn here. We still have to burn some fungus. That is not a euphemism for smoking weed. It could be, but it's not. Let's go back into Minas Morgul. Again, we're focusing on the epic here. Well, I'm trying to. There's a bad guy over there. What do you want, Faith? What do you want, Faith? What do you want? run into trees because Warsteed and tree-lined paths are such a great idea. And we get to fight these guys again! What do you think, Fifi? You don't care. So let's open a can of worms because I just love doing that. What do you want to see within let's keep it within reason. I mean, we can go all pie in the sky and shoot for the moon any day of the week. But knowing the past of the game and knowing the history and the future, well, knowing the history of the game, what do you want to see Standing Stone to accomplish in 2020? What do you want to see them be able to do this year? Besides, win the lottery and hire 20 million more developers. Because again, we want the Scouring of the Shire. Interesting. Get rid of lag. I think Jinjar's idea is more likely to happen this year than the Scouring. They've got so much to do. And they really... The Scouring of the Shire happened a couple of years after the end of the Ring. So... They could... Enigma wants to work at Standing Stone Games. That is a worthy goal. I would probably recommend, if... Depends on what you want to do to work at a game company. But... Basically, for any job you want at a game company, you better already be doing the job someplace else or have it on your resume. Or, if it's like making a game, well, get a free copy of Unity or Unreal Engine and make something on your own. That way you can, you know, assuming you get an interview, you roll in there and say, hey, look what I made. It would be nice if Border Patrols of Ruin and the Harrod. I honestly think it's more likely we're going to get that than the Scouring this year of Snorblum. Because, quite frankly, the Scouring of the Shire is an end point of the story. Even more so than the end of the Ring, because there's so much content after the end of the Ring. I might die here. I'm not paying attention. I want to see if I can kill him without... Okay, I got my heal. Just in time. I think my personal theory is that I think we're going to get some work on lag. It's never going to always go away because the unfortunate reality is some lag is not caused by the game or by Standing Stone or the servers. Oh, there's a lot that is, but some lag is on our end of things. Like, folks in Australia are going to see lag because their internet stinks. And getting to the servers in New Jersey also stinks. Folks in the EU are always going to see lag caused by latency. It is what it is. But, you know, somebody playing on a potato. Like, I just recently retired my iMac. It's 11 years old. It sure as hell isn't going to have no lag. Because it's so old. But a server-side lag fix or a lag improvement would be great. But an across-the-board fix to all lag server-side is about as likely as them doing class balance. Because guess what, kids? EverQuest, the original EverQuest, which is not the first MMO, by the way. Oh, crumbs. I got them both. Well, let's go inside. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah, we're gonna die. We are gonna die. So I'm gonna come in here where, when I die, it's gonna be a reasonably useful place to be. Oh, hey, let's get this guy involved, too. Wait, he's stuck? Wait, are you telling me the troll can't get past the portcullis? That's hilarious! troll got stuck on the portcullis. Now you know how hobbits feel. Actually, now you know how tall folk feel. Anyway, that was funny. Anyway, let's go up here and I got all these. Yeah, I got all these. Let's use one. Exactly, Rick. Elves running around the Shire. See, that's the thing about the scouring of the Shire is I don't see it as a one-off session play. I also don't. Well, now that we've got Minas Morgul besieged. I'm sorry, Morgul besieged. We've had a lengthy exposure to doing this whole series of quests when we're not in our character. It's not just like a simple one like half-hour session play. We're talking like playing days worth of content where we were not really our own character. And I really want to know how that messes with the heads of all the role players. But but what I'm curious about is I'm thinking that Mordor Besieged was kind of like a test, just like session play. Whoa, hi. Was a test drive of Mordor Besieged. I'm thinking Mordor Besieged can be a test drive of how they can do the scouring of the Shire. The only real big difference here is that in the scouring of the Shire, you can't be yourself unless you're a hobbit. And if I were a designer, let's do armchair game dev right here. If I were a designer, I would not want to allow hobbits to inhabit their own characters if nobody else could either. Like, if you have somebody, like my character is an elf, hi. Maybe by the time we get that, we'll have race changes and she'll be a high elf. Because I've always wanted to be a high elf. But I can't, in my lore head, the part of my head that deals with lore, I can't see non-elves being at the Battle of Bywater. I'm not sure what kind of wiggle room Chris and Jeff are going to be able to create to allow our own characters to be part of that. Because that was a very Hobbit versus humans series of quests. Now, I can see us, our characters doing quests down in the South Farthing. Like, we are now back in our own characters here in Minas Morgul. That makes a lot of sense to me. That, if we go questing in the South Farthing, dealing with the brigands and whatnot, we can be ourselves. But the actual Battle of Bywater was pretty explicit in my mind's eye that it was the ruffians who were human and the hobbits who were, hobbits. And they were very specific, reasonably small amount. I mean, I'm sure they could, get around and say, well, maybe my hobbit was actually there. But it doesn't work for me for our own hobbits to be there because they were adventurers. They'd be famous for being adventurers just like Frodo and company were, right? So we would have to play hobbits who were already there in Hobbiton and in the surrounding countries, in the Shire, who had never left. Ooh, page.
I wept to see it all befouled. I have watched many lands fall into ruin and decay. When I saw Ithilien, I knew my part in this war was its rescue.
Huh. Going a bit savior out there. Interesting. This is a long ramp. The tower. Is it me or is the base of this tower kind of whoop? A little crooked there. It's a leaning tower of Morgul. Yeah, that's exactly how I expect it to be done, Bookworm, is that it'll be a session play like, but I can also see that the Battle of Bywater itself might be a singular session play, but like all the setup and raising the Shire, like you'd be running around after Mary blew the horn of Buckland, and you know started doing the call. That you'd be one of the hobbits who'd be running to rouse the Shire and stuff. Oh, there's sockets, and I'm missing 2 of them. Why do I think of DDO at a time like this? Huh? Because DDO does these socket things all the damn time, that's why. You'll think we'll actually get as far as Middle Mirkwood and the Floodfells, Martina? Is it Martina or Martina? I've always said Martina until just now because I'm an idiot. I've always thought that we'd get that because when I interviewed Severalyn 2 years ago, it's now officially 2 years ago, and I questioned, I was like, what about Gundabad? Because we knew about the Vales. The Vales were in, you know, whatever. And he's like, yes, there are a lot of orcs in Gundabad. I'm like, a Moaaaargul Sheen? I'm gonna kill it. Did you just spit something on the floor? I think you did. Where are you? Oh, 20% glare. Oh, 20% miss chance. Well, I didn't miss in a rage shade. Okay. Let's offend the dead because, you know, they don't care. So I can see a lot of the same stonework that, of course, you'd see in Minas Tirith, but of course, you're seeing the corruption in... Hi! A Cargul in white? That's new. Yeah, exactly, Snorblom. I can easily foresee them doing Hobbit-specific quests. The Val Cargript has taken Lyrbon, the Court of Song. If the White Company is to regain control of the city, the minion of Lareth the Stained must be dealt with quickly. And, ooh, a rep item. Oh, but it's a small fellowship quest, so I'm probably not going to have time to do that. However, I'm looking for... something other than fell spirits and dead lights. I think I was supposed to go up the ramp and then go down... Wait a minute. I'm supposed to go up here. I've lost something off my quest tracker, kids. Let's clear all of this. I meant remove all, you dingleberry. Okay, now... So we're supposed to go back and climb that ramp that I completely bypassed because... I'll go back and do it once I go through a little bit more questing, but I'm gonna follow the epic a little bit further. The Fiend House. That sounds like a pleasant place. Fell Pathfinder? Well, it'll be a Fell Dead Ender. Yeah, Minas Moaaaargul is definitely creepy AF. But I got a few levels on these guys, because it's, you know, that Morgul Sheen was 126. And I myself am 130. So even if I don't have a full set of gear... Oh, hello. Suffering for mortal wounds, a Morgul cultist spits curses at me. Oh, wow. A curse spewer. Defeat many whites. I like killing whites. I can do that. Hi.
If you've come to plunder Minas Moaaaargul, you've arrived too late.
Oh, the coward. Ooh, coward Gothmog sealed himself away in the tower, but he has minions roving the city, searching for whatever treasures might have been left behind. A doomed search. In the Valley of the Secret Shadow, he might have found a useful weapon, but his orcs cannot find the way. The cultist laughs despite the pain of her wounds, and the blood staining her garb grows a deeper shade of red. My master, Dulguzagir, knows the path, but he will not tell Gothmog. Let the coward waste away in the tower if he lives that long. More than one enemy desires his blood, and I have seen servants of at least 2 already. They say the captain of the pit, will not rest until he has taken Gothmog's head. But he will have a rival for it. I heard Lareth the Stained hates Gothmog even worse than she hates your kind or mine, and that is no small amount. Look what her Merville did to me. Well, I've had my last jest, and I am ready to die. Let them kill each other. They deserve it. Dead cultists aren't much fun. Okay, so we're gonna return to Ekad Ulial and find Faramir. Okay. Alright, let us go to Ekad Ulial. I've added an extra L in there that didn't need to be there. Yes, we're taking our own lives into our hands. That's a stained Moaaaargul. Okay, are we still on? Oh. We are on the second tier. I'm gonna actually do the Professor Corey thing and go up the stairs. I want to see what it looks like from the battlements. Except there's more of him here. There's only 2 of them. I can take them. YOLO. Rude. Okay, got one. The other real quick. Got the other one. Alright, let's take a peeky. Yeah, don't jump down there. That's not a wise idea. But yeah, it's like Minas Moaaaargul, except with gargoyles and dragons and stuff. In a creepy tower. But even with, even though it's daytime, you still can't see hardly anything. Ooh, is that a prow? Is that the prow? Is that a prow-like, tower? Oh, you can't get up to them from here. Aw. That's a bummer. Okay. Well, let's get on down the ramp. I'm actually half tempted to just let my character get killed and let her res wherever and then go from there. But, you know. Let's go back down the ramp. Excuse me, whites. Seemed quite the wrong way. Yep. Come after me. Wait. The long thing was... Down here. Whoa! Almost right off the freaking thing. That would have been a no bueno. Zardushkoi. Let's try to pronounce names, and if it's a person, a real life person, I do try to be respectful of how they pronounce their name. I'd have to do the whole thing again. Ugh. I just want to get out of here. Ow! That's my horse. That's me you're killing. No killing me. I just want to get out of here. I don't like your damn city. I got a conga line after me, apparently. Hey guys. Let's see if I can do this real quick. I want the chest. I don't care what's in it. Yeah, that didn't happen well. But hey, I've got a revive for free to spend. We're gonna run over there and get that one too. So I just saw it. By the way, you know what I didn't do? Is I didn't give a shout out to Kevin for doing 100 bits a couple hours ago. I caught Sapiences earlier. Because when I'm on the official, trying to do official business, is I turn off my usual Twitch emotes. Well, hello. Excuse me. Pardon me, coming through. Oh, ow. 23k? Really? Oh. I also try to do a little avoiding of talking about financials and subs and follows when I'm doing official time, because it's not really about me or my channel. It's supposed to be about promoting the game, which is why I don't have my usual tip jar or any of that other fun stuff on here. That's just a personal philosophy thing. I don't... People can make their own decisions. It's just I take my cues from how I see big time streamers whenever they're featured on a company broadcast. Is they will basically, they might link that person's channel. Let me do this quest to get these mushrooms and stuff out of the way. I think I've already got the mushrooms on. Yeah, I did. Oh well, I'm gonna kill it. I did want to get the noisome fungus taken care of. They're around here somewhere. Is like they'll mention that person, they might even link that person's channel, but they pretty much expect you to be smart enough to say, okay, this is that person's name or their handle, so you can go find their channel on your own damn time. And I kind of like that methodology. Alright, well something... Oh, it's the snag branches. I'll wait for the snag branches. You want to go kill those guys? You have fun with them. And I should have just taken this swift travel from the stable master up the hill here, but I think we're gonna go try to find those other fungi. I think we got more fungi to kill. Let's go take a look for the quest. Seek out another corpse. I get that one and that one. Not gonna worry about that one and this one. Okay. Maybe I just haven't done them yet. Yeah, pretty much. poison mark. Ooh, here we go. A noisome fungus. I collect spores, molds, and fungus. That's how we knew that the kids were Egon's grandchildren in that trailer. I know it's a spoiler, but come on. Honestly. Whoa, let's not fall down there. Nope. 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 Let's back up. Back up. Back up. There we go. As when they're digging through the house, all they saw were spores, mold, and fungus. Let's see, we've got some fungus in these other places. So we've got a little bit less than an hour, about 45 minutes left in the show. And no, we don't want to talk to the warg. We want to go to the hidden camp, which is right here. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Go talk to Faramir. And another familiar face has also come to Eckhart. Hey, Shrimp Tom! Hey, look at this! It's Shrimp Tom! Shrimp Tom is one of the DDO streamers. We're gonna wave at him because why not? I got to meet Shrimp Tom last year when we were all visiting Standing Stone. And it was really funny watching Shrimp Tom and No Bob, one of the SSG devs, and Pinion and Flying Hat? Oh, man, I'm forgetting her name. Friendly Hat, I think.
So we are not the only ones taking an interest in Minas Morgul.
We were literally walking back to the cars to go back to the office after we had gone to a restaurant in Needham, which is where the studio is, which is not a secret. And all of a sudden, half of them whip out their phones and start playing Pokemon Go because all of a sudden a raid was right there on that corner. We were literally standing on the street corner just as we were about to cross the street, and they got the alert that a raid was happening, so they went and did the raid. I'm like, okay. Alright. Sounds as if Ugrikor and Lareth have both sent their forces to the city, and Gothmog still commands a significant portion of the orcs within. Furthermore, this Morgul cultist spoke of one called Dulguzgir. These names are going to murder me. About whom I have heard little. These interests may not align with each other for now, but we cannot take the risk that they might set aside their differences. Any of these foes will slay us without a second thought. True. Oh, it's Mithrandir. That's the other person. Hi, Gandalf. The Valley to the Secret Shadow? I do not like the sound of that. Perhaps Mithrandir will know something of the place. Gandalf, you brought the damn book with you. What? Are you foolish? Very foolish indeed. Valley of the Secret Shadow? That is Thuringwath. But its location is unknown to me, and to any good folk, I should expect. Do you remember the orcs that challenged the forest gate on the edge of Aaron Lasgulin? The note you found mentioned a hidden pass named Falkgurth and a secret enchantment. It is possible these spells mask the way to Thuringwath. But I've come here for another reason. I've uncovered developments most interesting for my study of the Black Book. Okay, time for an earring upgrade! And remember, we're going to be replacing the loot box one. Because that's 369. So that's a definite increase in might, decrease in vitality, but the crit rating is nice and the finesse rating is definitely nice.
I will tell both you and Prince Faramir what I have learned.
You have the time and interest to listen. Well, we got 45 minutes. Now let me equip my new toy, though. hey, I've got a light bridle of the Third Age. I actually could use that for an alt. Okay, which one is the Moonstone of the Traveler? That one. So, dish goes here. And we can do this. Boop. Actually, we don't do that. Be very careful. I really hate when that happens. Alright. On you. There we go. Okay.
Faramir, I must ask that you not pepper me with questions.
I tell you, don't. Are you telling your favorite student to shut the hell up, Gandalf? I mean, seriously? That's funny, but, you know. Trust. It'll take much longer. Trust that wait, you're volunteering me? I just got voluntold by Gandalf. Jeez. I'll do anything you do not understand. A wizard's time is valuable, and I cannot spend all day relating my discoveries to you. Are you both ready to listen? Very good. Oh, hey.
These are the halls of memory, where the words of Voen give shape to deeds from long ago. Hold your questions, Faramir.
I don't see Faramir present. We ventured into the Grey Mountains. Let us turn our attention to the arid Mithrin and pick up the thread of that tale. Every discovery leads to further questions. Well, that's how that works! For a second there, Gandalf was doing Sarah Oakhart's walk. And I was not happy. And one thing that does make me happy, though, is these caves are so cool! And, you know, the glow actually does pulse a little bit. It's very neat. So after my supper of ham bone soup, I think I am going to probably relax and do some artwork because I'm going to show you what I got myself for Christmas. I'm actually going to turn it on and show you what I got myself for Christmas because this is actually really cool. This is a graphics tablet. And it's messing with the sound in the game. That's amazing. But you can't really see it. Let's see if I can get it close to the camera. Look at that. You can see the game. So what it does is it replicates the display on my second monitor here. And so I can draw directly on the tablet. It's really cool. So I'm going to be making some artwork. That's one of the things, I don't do resolutions per se, but I've set myself an informal goal to spend more time doing artwork rather than goofing off in video games. However, I'm actually going to be making some Lord of the Rings / Lotro themed pieces of artwork, and I'll be mentioning that on my non-official streams because it involves, you know, selling commissions, and that's, you know, that's not something I should be doing now. But my good friend Katriana has commissioned me in the past for artwork of her EverQuest 2 character, which was actually a hell of a lot of fun. But one thing I do is make badges that people put their character on and has a design in the background and their character name, so if they go to like BlizzCon they can, you know, say, hey, this is my character. Thought it'd be cool to do that for Lotro people. But beyond that, I'll discuss that on another stream. Not an official time. For 3 years, Voen and his new companions, for 3 years, okay, adventured the length and breadth of the Grey Mountains and the northern reaches of the Misty Mountains, hunting down the remaining vestiges of Angmar, and bringing about to the evils dwelling in Gundabad. Severlin, can we go to Gundabad soon? Can we go to Gundabad this year? I think what kind? It is a Huion? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Huion. It's their Pro 16. It was on sale for like Cyber Monday-ish. So I was like, you know what? Why the hell not? So, I've actually been having a lot of fun. I made a piece of art for Fabelina's Warcraft OC Winter Ball thing. So I made my main in Warcraft and my druid over there. Made them into this really nice pretty thing. And you can see that in there's a picture of it in my Discord. I think. Did I post a picture of that in my Discord? Probably not. Oh, I did not. Oh my gosh. Let me do that real quick. 'Cause I'm a ding dong. I think this is the ping. That's the JPEG. Ay. Anyway, that was fun. Alright, so, after they know defeat, and the triumphs emboldened Prince Yarnor, because remember, Gothmog is Yarnor. Spoilers. That's one of the cool things I like about Lotro. The spoilers, or those big twists in the story, make sense, and they try to be internally consistent with that story. But it doesn't override what we know of the lore, which is really, that's the important thing, is there's a big difference between doing a twist in a story and then doing a twist where you throw so many questions up into the air, but you're still not overriding that base canonical story, which I really, really love. And they've been doing it for over 10 years, because bearing in mind, when Shadows of Angmar launched, I'm sure the very first players who got to that segment of where Mordirith got said to be a Yarner, they lost their damn minds. So remember, not only do we have, you know, how many years has the game? 13 years the game's been open? We also have the number of years beforehand when the game was in development, and folks like Chris and Jeff, and whoever else helped them, came up with these shenanigans. You're not sure that you'll like that twist. Bookworm, I hear you. I'm actually, I was really thinking about playing through that content again with one of my other alts, one of my other 120s. And really paying attention and not doing it on stream so I can really focus on the game and, you know, think about what I'm seeing and, you know, play through it a second time, see what happens. Actually, I'll probably play it on my 128 Guardian. And I don't know about you, but I am actually really sick of the Yule Festival because I have been hitting that thing hardcore, grinding up festival tokens to buy Starlit Crystals. And while it's really easy, and during the VIP bonus weekend, I leveled so many things. I'm kind of burning out on it. Anyway. He remembered a promise he had made years before. Intent on seeing it fulfilled, he invited his companions to make the southward journey to his home, to Gondor. They would stay for a time in Minas, as his city was then called, and plan the occasion of their next victories. Okay. The evils that lurked while still in Gundabad must have rejoiced to see them leave. The words of Owen draw us forward. Let's keep going through the pulsating caverns of prettiness. I mean, it's a very science fiction-y sort of feel. See, look at that pulsing. It honestly reminds me of this Owen does not record the name of the tavern. Might it have been the Merry Swan? Oh, it's a tavern in, well, Minas. Because remember what we were saying about the color scheme? In Minas Ithil, everything was, you know, white stone with blue and silver designs, and now and over here it's, as we've been seeing throughout the entire game, it's white stone with gold and designs. Yes, I believe it may have been the Merry Swan, Gandalf muses, stroking his beard. A hobbit's feast right here. Another round. Only one more? I say give us 2 at once! My throat is parched, the southlands are dry, and I have a great thirst. Then we will be spared more tales of your lost... We will be spared more tales of your lost city? Ooh, ouch. That seems unlikely. So we've got these Knights of Gondor, we've got an elf, we got a dwarf, and we've got the king, well, the prince, because Yarner was just the crown prince at the time. He did not call us all here for drinking! Uh-oh. You notice his name is Gandalf still, even though these all would have known him as Smith. Well, actually, they would never. Oh, there's Survivor of Durthond. Ooh. Oh, Helanan. Oh, yeah, that guy. He survives no longer. He died in his sleep 2 moons ago. Aww. Well, I know nothing of him. Old, was he? Uh-oh, no he wasn't. What did he survive? Oh, don't tell us the story of Durthang. But you're gonna tell us the story anyway. Thrice 10 years ago, Helanan served in the force of Durthand, the Black Shield. The fortress was taken by Ugrukor, the captain of the pit. The defenders surrendered. Accepted their surrender. Well, see, he accepted their surrender, and he honored the terms of the deal. He promised to exact his vengeance. Andy Arner said, I will slay the captain of the pit and retake Durthand. Well, that ended well. Alright. Oh, wow. It is a jest. Being rude. When do we leave? Well, so they all went to Durthand, and we know what happened there. They were kept secret from all but Yarnar's band. Even his father, the king, did not know what they intended. Owen says this of their departure. Pleasant weather, few clouds. Warm, but not uncomfortable. Left the city without incident. Silmatar thinks so highly of our chances that he believes the prince will be made king upon our successful return. It was not to be so. Well, we knew that. If indeed they met in the Merry Swan, they should have left all traces of merriment behind them. I'm gonna go take a look here. It seemed like a holiday. Well, this looks tasty. So I'm guessing in the Mayor's Swan, this is a little stage that somebody can perform upon. You can read the admonishment in Vowen's words, born from late wisdom. Too late. You shall not pass! And now you shall. The fine weather departure did not last. Alright. Their experience in Mordor was bleak, unsurprising. To hear Vowen tell it, nothing went right for them at once they passed into that land. The fortress that was once called Durthan seemed far more inhospitable with its transformation into Durthang. It was more well defended than the adventurers expected, and they faced strong opposition from the very beginning. Silmatar soon changed his opinion of their fortunes, receiving a leg wound that caused him a great deal of pain and put a limp in his step. They found no sign of Ugrikor within the fortress, and as their dream of slaying the captain of the pit faded, tempers in the fellowship ran hot. The Yarner dulled his sword on the thick hide of a mountain troll, and with each combat the blade weakened further. At last it snapped, and the Prince of Gondor was left weaponless. This is why you bring spares. You cannot continue without a sword, my prince. Well, give him yours, dude! There you go. That's what you do. But you'll be weaponless and we need your blade skill. Well, find something else. Sure. Eldaleth, how you doing? This will do. An orc sword. True, poor substitute. And hey, it's the dwarf saying this. The craftsman would know. And these guys have like really big swords, by the way. Like, this guy right here. This is more of a machete than a sword. I like in the design of this is like you got all the purpley stuff, and then you still have some on the floor over here. And it's basically it's like this purpley stuff looks like this stuff only sparkly. It's like a unicorn's been pooping in the room. Hey, Starlight Muse, welcome. How you doing? It's good to see you. Almost out of Pepsi, but we have less than a half hour to go. It's fine. Color stuff for tomorrow's... Ooh, birthday celebration with peoples. Always love the green swords. Hey, I've got a Twitch emote for that. It's one of Co Carnage's emotes. By the way, Co is one of the best streamers out there. His chat is so cool. But he has... Where is it? Don't tell me he took it away. Yeah, one of the downsides is he changes out his emotes a lot. So, nope, it's there. Boop. Mod love. Doing pretty good. Thief Kitty is currently being quiet. Alrighty. They resolved to leave. Then that, Vowen tells us, is when they felt a new presence upon the battlements. Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! What is that? An apparition approaches. Oh, it's a Redani Stone Maiden! Oh, the Prince's sword did break. Wait, I know this. Uh-oh, Magoldir knows her! We cannot stay! Flame boob lady. How can this be? You're so changed. Magoldir! Orcs! I had hoped you would abandon Mordor. What happened? happened to you? So Magoldir knows Urodani. Is this some, like, secret relationship going on? Hey, on January 11th, the return of an evening of pipeweed and mushrooms. Performance by the Purple Pipeweed Parlor Band and Mushroom Stew starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time outside the Prancing Pony. So do that thing. Magoldir! Fool elf, what were you thinking? I was just seeing something in event chat which just popped up because like, wait a minute, I didn't have world chat turned on and it wasn't. It was event chat. Ah, Bowen, you're right. It was deception. It was foolish to believe it. So wait, why does Magoldir know her? He will not last. The orcs are getting closer. It sounds like a lot of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is gonna be bad. Hurry and lift him up. We have to go. No, Yarner. These wounds are my last. I can feel it. Uh-oh. Listen to me, Yarner. Take my sword. But use that filthy orc sword. Wield Orthadel and defeat evil. I will, my friend. Oh, so sad. We did run into her in Besieged. Now go. No, Magoldir! I expect Zephyr. Not quite the dramatic defeat emote. We have to go! This place is not safe! Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been really hard to avoid spoilers for all of this stuff. Because so many of us have been streaming the content. And I feel really bad because I like to hang out in Nandang's channel. But he's been like right at the forefront of the whole 9 yards. So I kind of have to avoid his channel while he's streaming Lotro. Which makes me sad. Alright. Defeated in mourning the loss of their friend. Silmatar's hopes as they set forth did not come to pass. Indeed, King Earnil was more wroth. I love the word wroth. They basically, King Dunby pissed off. Than they had ever seen, and he forbade his son from leaving the city without his consent. To Vowen's eyes, the prince was made a prisoner, and every day the flame of Yarner's rage grew hotter still. Yarner met with Vowen and his knights in secret to weave elaborate plots of revenge against those he blamed for the death of Magoldir. Rodani's Stone Maiden for the deed itself, and Ugrukor for his absence at Durthang. If he had been there, the whole adventure would have gone differently. The prince is sure of it. Gandalf strokes his beard again. He does the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing a lot. I see in this account much that is familiar. No, not the deeds themselves, for I have never seen any record of this doomed expedition to reclaim Durthang in the text of Gondor. What I find familiar is this description of Yarner, son of King Yarner II. Even the known records of his disposition describe Yarner in life as bold, brash, and reckless. I wonder if he remains so as Mordireth and now as Gothmog. Interesting. And we're back to the present. I'll go talk to Faramir.
That is quite a tale.
Hi, Pontin, you stream bomber. I'm gonna hug Pontin, because Pontin is cool. Pontin missed the snowball fight earlier. That is quite a tale. One day you need to tell me where you found this curious tome. The sigil on his face cannot be mistaken for anything save the Eye of Sauron, which marks it as an artifact of evil. How then came it to tell the tale of King Yarnur? Yea, not even so, for he was not yet king. But still, little is recorded of the years before he followed his father Yarnur to the throne. To find such an account in a book bearing the mark of Mordor is troubling to me. But Yarnur's doomed adventure into the Citadel, now called Durthang, has brought to mind a recent conversation. Baragon spoke to me of someone with an interest in that place. Speak to my captain and ask him what happened to the man with the shield. A man of Ithilien he was, but I confess I do not know his name. He was here at the camp, but I have not seen him since I returned. Oh, the man with the shield.
The man with the shield? Aye, I remember him.
I do not much like the look of him, though. Oh, judging people by their appearances. Very, very impolite.
What did he name himself? Arnoth, I think he was called.
He carried a broken shield around with him, and it seemed to me repaired it as best he could with leather straps. The thing was barely holding together, and it looked as if it would fall apart at the first blow of an enemy's weapon. Irresponsible. I set him to conducting an inventory of the rations and water for the camp, but he has not reported back to me. Go find him, will you? He should be somewhere by the tent to the northwest among the crates. Okay. Amongst the crates, are we? Daggerus catches your eye. Uh-oh.
Our work is never done, is it?
I would not have it any other way, and I expect neither would you. But you are here seeking the Ithilien ranger with a broken shield? I wondered why he carried it around with him, but I did not ask. He seemed particularly interested in the map on the table over there, just to the west. Go west, young elf. I got Uriel map table. You know what? We were going to go to the far thingy, and we didn't. Godwin with his subscription with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I'm gonna be shameless. You know, again, I don't like to often talk about you know, subscriptions and the revenue stuff, but if I get 3 more Twitch subs before the cycle ends, I can get a new Twitch emote. And I have to think of what it would be. Galdwin and her merry band of misfits. Galdwin also performs a music in-game in Lotro, generally on the Langeval server. Okay, I got Uyo map table. Alright. Anolth's dagger is embedded in the map, marking a location northwest of Minas Morgul. Uh-huh. That's not suspicious or anything! Travel to the location marked on the map up in the mountains. Okie dokie then. But if the bridge is broken across the river, we're gonna have to go up that other way. Forming Winterstock this year. Oh my goodness. We were talking about Winterstock. Which day are you on, Galdwin? I confess I haven't actually looked at the schedule because I didn't know if I'd be available or not to participate as an audience and or streamer. We are going to talk to the provisioner real quick.
Will you help bear my burden, friend?
Maybe. Gonna save the soil, save the Ethelos, save the runes, save the spice. Posh spice or scary spice? Cracked lances, bone relics, blah 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 blah. Again, we check our list here. Cracked lances is a task item. Disgusting filth. Night touch fur, pebbled filth. Toughened skin, tufted ears. So none of these are task items. One of the things I wish Standing Stone would do in this year is to go through the database of task items / vendor trash and actually gatekeep them. I'm making a very bad pun here. It is to say, these are task items, these are not. Monday the 20th at 5 p.m. Ooh, that's super late for you too. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. I hope it all goes well. Alright, so we're supposed to ride to that place. We also have to go up the hill and do a couple of these other quests, but it's 5:45. Let's go up to this camp here first. We'll ride up the hill. Yeah, I use the daily task plugin. Yeah, about 10 p.m., but still. Ooh, noisome fungus. We need to finish that quest while we're at it. There, we got 2 more fungi to kill, and then we'll be fine. Ooh, there's a corpse. That was the corpse we were looking for, too. In the Grim Vale. See? Meanwhile, let me go start fishing about to see if there's somebody we can rage to. My friend Omid was supposed to stream today, and he didn't, so something must have happened. It makes me very sad. Not seeing folks I feel comfortable sending you to. It's one of the downsides. Ooh, there's footprints. Follows the footprints. Find the creature that is attacking the orcs. Can I shake its hand? I mean, and they say creature, but the footprint is, to me, clearly looks like a humanoid footprint, right? Doesn't look like a creature, like a paw or anything. One more noisome fungus and that segment will be done. Oh, that quest will be done. Sweet. Okay, so it says find the creature, but the quest tracker is pointing... Okay, I think it's just chiming off of the footprints. So I'll need to click on the footprints to make anything happen. I'm pretty sure it's not the burrowing veil crawler. Yeah, I don't think it's one of those. I'm thinking this is a bad idea. Kergrim? Devouring bodies. Oh, gross. Okay, so we don't need to kill them, we just need to talk to what's-his-face down the hill. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that just a second. We're still gonna continue our way up the path. So later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, assuming all goes well and things don't go weird, Big Ed Mustafa will be on the official Lojo channel with Adventures After Dark, where he will promote Coke Zero to all and sundry. If you have a problem with insomnia, feel free to watch the show because you won't afterwards. And I don't say that to be mean. Not much anyway. Let's see. There's around the corner and up around the hill. There are comments that he has himself said in a self-deprecating manner. I'm sure I've put people to sleep too, so, you know. Oh, hello. A little nook in the hills here. It's kind of pretty for someplace that's evil. And full of bad guys. Broken houses. Hey, there's whites in Kergrim. They're green to me, so I'm not too worried about them. I do want to... Wait, which quest was that? Moaaaargul doing. So I need to go down here, I'm guessing. Oh, good. Hey, it even tells you a good place to sample the water. Yeah, let's sample the water. Let's fall in the river and then sample the water. The water appears somewhat clean. Okay. Because it's flowing into the Moaaaargul Vale, not out of it. still gotta keep going uphill. Dun dun dun! Hit those cents, Bill! Where's a stable master? I have a feeling we're gonna get sent back up here anyway. What is my favorite MMO? Well, since I'm actually streaming Lotro right now, during the time that I normally stream Lotro as a member of the official game stream team, I'm kind of thinking that we know we're eventually going to go here because this is supposed to be a secret place. We're going to take the stable master back down the hill because, you know, swift travel for the win. I mean, it's right there. Might as well use it. I'm going to have to say Lotro. Definitely the one that I've played the most of this past year. I do also play a bit of WoW, a bit of SWTOR on occasion. DDO. Also like that game a lot. I also play some single player games.
Let us hope you bring glad tidings, friend. Will you help bear my burden, friend?
Seek out Daru Lagurs. Hey, we were just there! And defeat Kergrim. We can do that later on. For now, though. Wow, Classic or Retail? I honestly prefer Retail. I mean, I've played Classic, and I am not one of those people who's very fond of the vanilla experience. It's like, been there, done that. Because I've been, actually, WoW has been my first MMO. Played since vanilla. So going back to Classic is like, oh my god, this is so painful. I think the main character I have in Classic is a paladin who's only level 15, and I haven't played in ages. Let me see if I can find something other than Skarn, but hey, I'll take Skarn. Alright, so looks like I don't think there's an actual... I think I have to get over to the other side. Because that green stuff doesn't look good. I'm just saying. So, think I might have to take that rope bridge to get there from here. We only got a few minutes to do it because I'm gonna go get some supper. But here we are to talk about Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online. A very venerable game in its own right. It is, in my personal opinion, and that of others, the best adaptation of Lord of the Rings in any video game so far. But if you wanted to talk like the best adaptation in any kind of game, I do believe the folks who did the One Ring tabletop set would have a little discussion with you. Okay, there's a path here. Beasties? More beasties? Let's see if my quest log gets full. Not yet. Runes of Darkness. I wanna go up the hill. Oh, there's more wargs. There's a lot of There's this mess up here. There's corpses and stuff. I did not... I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. Let's run up the hill. As I just want to go up the hill. I don't want to fight every freaking warg in the Moaaaargul Vale. I mean, sure, I want to kill them because I've got a quest for them, but I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. This is also not a path I would suggest riding a war steed on. There's another spider corpse. Spider corpse, spider corpse. Da, 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 da. Okay, we're not gonna sing that song either. Hi. Hello. Get off the rocks. Let me see if I can climb up here without Oh, man. Come on. Oh, there we go. So I'm guessing they intended this to be something where you fight your way up the hill, get the thing, and then fight your way back down the hill. I can see where they were going with that. Well, you're gonna die. Get my quota of work. Downloading WoW at the moment to at least give it a try? Sure. I mean, you can do a trial of WoW for free. Oh, there's a regular corpse. A lootable corpse. I mean, I have a spreadsheet of all the stuff I need to do. Over there. Haha, I looted it before you hit me. I'm gonna loot the one over here too. And I kill you and your little dog too. Well, and that's the thing is, you don't have to like it, you don't have to dislike it. I mean, I play them all. I'm an equal opportunity offender in that regard. But here we are here to extol the virtues of Lotro. And again, one of the big things about Lotro, I mean, sure, it doesn't have like 200 deep dev team, because, you know, we know how many people are on the WoW dev team because they post pictures of them. But Standing Stone has been very tight-lipped about the size of their team, and I'm not going to tell you either, because, hey, I'm under NDA. But for the amount of people they have, they do an amazing, amazing things. Oh, hi. That's right behind me. Yeah, there is a bounty quest. I'm ignoring the bounty quest for right now. I'm actually working on the other quest to do the Moaaaargul doing thingy. Right here. That's what I'm looking for. The water sampling quest. Yeah, I do have the warg bounty quest handy. Swimming wargs aren't much fun. I still actually feel kind of bad that I killed somebody playing their warg in the Etmoors. That time when Cordovan was doing the Extra Life Marathon and he jumped on a spider in the Etmoors, and like this one guy that I know that a DM had, you know, actioned for doing an exploit, was standing there killing them all the time. It was funny, actually. But no, one of my friends in the Lonely Mountain Band, Aiden, was on his rank 15 warg, and I wound up killing him, and I felt really bad about it. Okay, it is just about 6 o'clock. I'm actually going to leave my character here, because I'm going to, next time I play this character, plow through these quests on my way back to the other place. But it is 6 o'clock, and let me see what we got here. Let me see who I know who's streaming the Lotros, if I know anybody. Well, there's folks streaming in Russian, people streaming in German. Somebody streaming in French, so that's new. Yeah. I don't know any of these folks. So I would say my recommendation to you is go to the Lotro game directory on Twitch. You know, click the Lord of the Rings Online name under my channel, and you will be directed to everybody who's currently streaming Lotro. Find somebody you like, make some new friends. If if there's somebody streaming in your native language, because English isn't your native language, I'd say make some new friends, enjoy the show, and I will see you next Friday again. I won't know for sure until Monday, but next Friday's show might start late. And we'll do so until the end of February, because my shift at work is changing to Monday to Friday, but it'll be like 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., so I don't know when I'm getting home. It might be 5 to 1, it might be 5 to 2, I don't know yet. I'll let you know. Or you'll just, I'll post it on my Twitch, on my I'll post it on Twitter where I start fights with the internet or accidentally get somebody deluged by the internet. I didn't mean to do that. And I hope you all have a great weekend. I will be streaming on... Well, if I'm going to be on nights from going for... I'm going to change my stream schedule. So I'm streaming on nights when Professor Corey isn't doing it, or Sapiens isn't doing it, or I stream and then lead into where I can raid Sapiens' channel because he's my buddy. So, hope you have, again, a great weekend. Go get some food. Go get some rest, Sandberg, Galdwin, you people in freaking Europe and Scandinavia. And I hope you have a great rest of the weekend and stuff. And, as always, if you can't be good at it. I'll see you next time.